Hello everyone, welcome to Chaudhary Data World channel. Today I am here with a new video in Numpy's tutorial series into which we will be watching all the ways with which we can create array into this particular video. So let's get started with the video. Very first question before moving ahead with the type of creation. What is array? Array is nothing but the data structure that stores a collection of elements. Now there are multiple other ways with which we can store our collection of element. That can be list, that can be you may say basically dictionary or any other type. But here there is one new data structure it is introducing, which is array, which looks similar to the list. Here you can see this is how it is looking like. So here it's simple looking like a list, and over here also it is a multiple list gathered over into a single list, correct? So it is becoming multi-dimensional array in terms of NumPy array. Now what all ways are there with which we can create different type of array? Let's see. First one, numpy.array, which is a very basic way to create a array with a list or whatever you want to supply over here into this particular parameter. You will provide the data and it will convert that particular one into the array with the help of this method np.array. Np is nothing but your numpy. Now let's take a demonstration of it. For that, what we can do is we can just run this particular set of code into which what we have done. We have taken my list as the list over here, and that my list is we are passing it into the parameter, that is np.array is your method into which you are passing the parameter as my list. When you run it, you can see that array of 1 2 3 4 5 has been created. Fine. Now we are having another one, that is creating a array with having the value as 0 in it or the 1 in it. So for creating the array with having value 0 in it will be created using the help of the method dot zeros. And if you want to create array with having value in it as 1, so that will be with the method dot ones. And the size of array will be defined by this particular 3 comma 3 or 2 comma 4. What this 3 comma 3 is, it will create the array, or it will create the matrix basically, which will be of the size 3 cross 3. Now what this 3 cross 3, it is telling you that there will be 3 row and there will be 3 column in it. So it will be creating the array or the matrix with having value as 0 into it, having the size of 3 cross 3. And in this, it will be creating the array with having a value in it as 1, but the size will be 2 cross 4. Let's take a look. So here we'll just run this particular chunk of code into which you can see that it has created the array with having value in it as 0 1, and then another array with having value in it as 1. Okay, now using numpy.empty, this is another way to create a different type of array into with the help of numpy. So this numpy.empty, just take a minute look over it. What it does is it initializes a array with having uninitialized value in it. So right now in this particular one, we were telling the numpy, or we were telling our system that allocate the value 0 having the size of 3 cross 3 matrix. But in this, you are not telling it that there should be any value. You are telling that just initialize an empty array with having the value as 2 cross with having the size of 2 cross 2, but you don't give the value of it. So what does it take? It will take whatever the value at that particular space initially it would might be, because in memory definitely this 2 cross 2 matrix will be formed into your system. So what does it will do? It will take the value whatever it is residing before in the memory of your wherever your programming is running, correct? So what it will do, suppose if you are creating 3 cross 3 or 2 cross 2, let's take a look at 2 cross 2. Fine. Now when you are initializing the empty list, but you are not providing any value, let's take a look what value it is taking up. So you can see that it has taken up some unpredictable value, and it will, because this particular values are there into the memory, but you don't know that from where it came. So it might be that whenever some particular program would have been executed, or something would have been going on into the memory, this particular values would have taken place into that particular 2 cross 2 matrix. But here, sorry, it has been their syntax wrong over there. So what we can now do, we can just initialize it. Now you can see that the 2 cross 2 matrix has been created, but the values are unpredictable. So that's only the thing, that we are initializing the empty array with having 2 cross 2 size, but we are not giving it the value, so it is taking up the random value which is over there onto the disk. So that's it. If you will put over here 3 cross 3, let's see what it is there. So you can see that there is 0 on 3 cross 3, because we have taken 3 cross 3 as 0 over here, right? So this might be the value which it is taking up over here, because you are not giving up the value, it is taking up the value by itself, which is pre-allocated to it. Okay, now let's jump to another way with which we can create the array, that is np.arrange. What will it do? If you are taking up the value right from ranging from 1 to 16, but with the step of 3, what does it mean? Let me show you first. It is taking up the value right from 1 to 16, but with the step of 3. So 1 and then plus 3 is equals to 4, 4 plus 3 equals to 7, 7 plus 3 equals to 10, 10 plus 3 equals to 13. So it is taking up the array with having these values. Now the question comes that why even we are taking up these many type of array, why we are even creating these many type of array with the help of NumPy? The answer is that definitely when you are calculating some mathematical calculation, these are some universal arrays which is very much needed into your mathematical calculation, right? Because empty array you might need into your mathematical calculation. You might need zero array with having value 0, array with having value 1. So these are type of some universal type of arrays which definitely is there for calculation purpose moving forward. So when you will be knowing this how to create it with a one line of code, definitely you will move ahead with execution of your another calculation. You need not to create it manually, you need not to create the array manually. It's therefore with having the method dot zero dot one dot empty dot arrange, it will do all of your work. It will keep your life simple. For that reason, this type of and you may say these many ways we are reading out right now. Let's take a look with another example. So we are having numpy dot line space. What this line space is doing? It is taking up again right from 0 to 1. So between this value, it will divide the range of this particular scale, that is 0 to 1 into 10. What if you are putting up 0, 10, comma 10? So right from 0 to 10, it will take up a line and it will divide that line into 10 different or in a 10 equal distance. And whatever the values will be there, it will be taking up into the array. If you not got it, that what I'm trying to tell you, so let's take a look. 0 to 100, suppose we are taking. Okay. And we are dividing this scale on with 10. So what it has done. So 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Correct? So it is taking up the value. It is taking up the value automatically itself and taking up the value right from 0 to 100, dividing it into the 10 parts, and whatever the parts are there, it is listing down as the form of array. Correct? So that's about the line speech. After that, you are having create in identity matrix with numpy I. If you are aware of what identity matrix is, it's very much important whenever you are dealing up with some mathematical calculation. So over here, what it is doing, what it is trying to do is, with numpy.i method, it will create identical matrix with having the size whatever you will tell it. So if you are telling it 3, it will create the identical matrix with having size as 3 cross 3. If you change it back to 2, it will create the size with having 2 cross 2 matrix. So here you can see that diagonally it's 1. So that is only the criteria of being a identity matrix. So it's creating an identity matrix, but with the value with having size 3 cross 3. Now what if you want to take the numpy array, and let's just take a look at 4 as well, so that there should not be any confusion residing here. So here you can see that 4 cross 4 matrix has been created, but with having identical values, that is 1 1 1 on the diagonal. After that, we are having another way to create our array, that is using random data with numpy.random module. This numpy.random module is very wide module. Definitely I will taking it up into separate video, into which I will be just taking a look over numpy.random. So right now we are just taking up an example with numpy.random as .rand. So it will be creating a array with having size as 3 cross 3, but with having random value in it. So what it will do is, let's take a look. It will take a random value of 3 cross 3 matrix, and these values are not specified. It's not any logical value. It is taking up you may say randomly. So there are multiple ways with which this random module can be used. Definitely I will be taking a separate video on it. Now we will be moving ahead with another way with which we can create the array. So over here, creating array with custom value, how it can be possible. So just define you may say logic over here into the list, create a list first, and then just create it, just convert that list into the array as we did it over here. Correct? So that's it. It's not something very much logical. Just create a list with your own values and convert that list into the array. That's it. So here you can just try it out. So what it has done, it is taking up the value. This particular list, whenever getting created, it is taking up the value as 1 2 4 8 16, and that only has been created as the array with having the help of dot array method, which we did at the very first here. Okay, and at last we are creating array with numpy dot full. So it will be, just let me just show you. So you can see that it is creating an array with having fixed value, but having the size also whatever you have defined. So if you are changing it to 6, suppose, so what it will do, it will create an array with having 3 cross 3 size, but the value which it will contain will be 6. So it is for the fixed number, that whatever fixed value you want to put, you can put it over here, and the size whatever you want to put, the size also will be over here. So this is all about the ways with which we can create the array, and if anything will be left behind, I will try to cover up in some other separate video. But this was something which is very frequently used, and these are some ways with which we can create the array very frequently. So that was whole about this particular video, and thank you so much guys for watching out the video. If you found this video helpful and informative, kindly like to the video, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next one with some other topic. Thanks again.